I'm Ralph Cruzy, and we currently reside South Hale City. Sandy and I were high school sweethearts, and we've been married for 53 plus years, and glad to be sitting here and looking for 54. We typically go to Mexico. We've been going there for 22 years. We own a home little surfing fishing village called Sayulita. I have a neighbor who owns a vacant lot in front of our house. They clear cut these lots every year because they're overgrown with vegetation. I got up the next morning and they had tossed everything in a big pile and they were burning it green. All the smoke came into our house, and I mean so thick that you couldn't hardly breathe. As the day progressed, by the end of the day, I was having some issues breathing, and I assumed it was because of smoke inhalation. I didn't sleep well at night at all, and I got up the next morning and I felt really bad. Well, by the end of that afternoon, I asked Sandy to take me to our emergency clinic that's there. And they ran a chest x-ray on me and immediately shoved me in an ambulance and sent me to the Punta Mita hospital.
And they informed me at that time that his heart was failing, his kidneys were failing, his lungs were completely full of an infection.
And because of that exertion that my lungs were trying to do, the heart was working extremely hard. That's eventually what blew out the aortic valve.
They didn't have a surgeon available that was able to do the TAVR. And so right away we had to start making the arrangements to get back here. I happened to get Shelley, who,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Amazing.
she's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, she wasn't real sure how to handle that. I explained to her the situation, how we were trying to get back to the States, and asked if there was a bed in Rapid City. So on the 6th day of waiting, after they had recommended 72 hours, we finally had an air ambulance arranged to bring us back to Rapid City, which is where we wanted to come in the first place. So basically, if it hadn't been for Shelley and Matt working together to fly us to Rapid City, I mean, I don't know where we would, and I don't know how many more days he might have been able to survive.
So then I had to get a hold of Dr. Perdon, and because I didn't know, I'm a clinic nurse, I had no idea how to get somebody here. Anyway, for 2 days, struggled trying to figure out how to do this. Finally went to Matt Gross and said, I don't know what to do. I'm lost, and we gotta figure something out. And he said, why are you in on this? And I said, because they called me. And I said, call me for anything. And she did.
But with Lady Luck and the blessings of the Lord, you know, we pulled it off.
Yeah, well, this is where we wanted to come in the first place because we're home, and we didn't want to be in some city where we didn't know anyone or couldn't get around, whatever. So, I mean, just worked out perfectly to be able to come back and be so close to the hospital and be here.
But I was in just recently and met with Dr. Perdam, and
we finally met Shelley.
We finally met
had not
Shelley.
met her before.
Yeah.
And she
What a
came out,
sweetheart.
and the first thing, she gave him a big hug, and then she gave me a big hug. Yeah, it was pretty emotional.
Very emotional. Yeah. Just lucky to be here.
Ralph said, you're our angel. And I said, I don't feel like your angel, but thank you. And he said, I don't think I would have lived had it not gotten, or you had not interceded. And I said, well, I was asked for something. That's why I give my desk phone number out to every patient. Oh, and it makes me feel awesome. You know, Dr. Perdon said he did not look good when he got here, but he looked great when we saw him in follow-up, you know, and Dr. Perdon said he wished that I would have saw him when he came in. He said, because you really would have thought he was at death's door, and I believe that he was. So it makes me feel absolutely awesome to have done this, and he's here. You know, nursing really is my passion, always has been. I love it, absolutely love it.
But Monuments Heart and Vascular, I mean, they're just top notch. You know? And then as I met Dr. Tuma, it sounded like he's done a lot of them. So he's as good as it gets when it comes to that. So Rapid City and the area should be very proud.
Yeah.
They saved my life.